Okay, what up guys and gals, Jack of all trades here, and welcome to this, it's my first video actually. So, okay, now let's get right to the point. Now, here's an interesting scenario, right? Okay, just what if the three major studios, the three big studios that develop Call of Duty were to actually work together and just basically combine forces and just bring everybody together, right? So, okay, so let's break this down. You got Treyarch, right, who are the masters of innovation compared to the other two studios, and who also created zombies that basically, there's a lot of people out there that just buy the game for zombies, which is very understandable because it's a hell of a lot of fun. And then they're very innovative, as I said. And then you have Infinity Ward, and as crappy as the last two games have been, you gotta admit the connection and the hit detection is great. So they definitely got their net coding right. You know, Ghost wasn't very good, but hit detection was pretty damn good. Some of the best hit detection since Modern Warfare 2. And they invented crank and kill confirm. So hey, you gotta give credit where credit's due, right? And now we have Sledgehammer Games, who helped out with Modern Warfare 3 and recently released Advanced Warfare, which is, in the best way that I can describe it, it's, how do I put this? It's pretty much a good mix of good and bad ideas mixed in with exosuits. It's like Sledgehammer basically tried to combine some of Infinity Ward's techniques and Treyarch's techniques and put it into their own mix. And, you know, I'm not saying that they're a bad studio or anything, but they bring energy to the table, though, because they're fairly new in comparison to the other two companies. So if they had some guidance by some of the more experienced guys on, like, this huge team, then, you know, I think they would be a really great addition. So let us drift into Fantasyland real quick, right? The perfect world. And say that next year, right, Activision gathers all three studios in one major get-together and says, okay, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a complete stop to this 3-year development cycle, and we're going to combine all the three studios together, and we're going to make games that get released once every 3 years. So, you know, obviously this would mean that the name of the studio would probably wouldn't be called Treyarch or Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer, but hey, you know what? Who knows? They might just pick one out of those three and just go with that. Cool, whatever. I mean, it's just a name, right? I mean, a studio could be called Poopy Games, but if they make some of the best games that man has ever seen, then who cares, right? So I started thinking of this about a week ago or so, and I was like, man, imagine a Call of Duty game that were to combine Treyarch's innovation with Infinity Ward's hit detection and Sledgehammer's energy, and, you know, basically combine it together to make one badass game. Now, we're basically talking about a studio here with around 500 people working on one game, and that's huge. And if I'm not mistaken, that's about the same size as the Bungie studio, Bungie staff. They got like 500 people, you know, and those are the guys that created Destiny. So, so can you imagine how all three modes would be with a staff like that, and with at least 3 years time to develop the game that probably we as fans would absolutely love to see? The campaign would be longer and different, and would keep fans of the campaign coming back for more, and maybe get fans like me who love the multiplayer to get a little bit more into campaign. I mean, we had Kevin Spacey, which was actually enough to get me to play the Advanced Warfare campaign, which wasn't all that bad at all. And I think they should actually keep going with this whole big name actor in the campaign from now on. You know, it'd be interesting to see guys like, I don't know, Bryan Cranston or Denzel or something like that as the main antagonist or protagonist, you know, in the campaign. The multiplayer, on the other hand, would definitely last long enough until the next, I don't know, until the next big game comes out for sure. I mean, look at Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is by far the most played Call of Duty game online since its release at the end of 2012. I mean, imagine a multiplayer that would ship with about, I don't know, let's say about twice as many guns that are balanced, right? And at least 8 to 10 more maps than what we would normally get out of the box today. You know, the hit detection that Infinity Ward provides, right? Score streaks that matter, you know, ones that actually make you feel good when you get them, and then, you know, and of course that do damage. So like when you call in a stealth chopper or a chopper of any kind or whatnot, you know, you'd get a, you know, at least a handful of kills or more with it, instead of just like maybe one, if that, you know, like Ghost, right? And, you know, along with the specialist strike package that was back in Modern Warfare 3. Now, I just thought of this. Imagine this idea: a mix and match score streak system that combines specialist with Assault or something of that nature. Like, you've got 3 slots for your streaks, right? Like, pick 2 Assault or non-lethal streaks, or 1 of each, and then an extra perk that you don't have in your main loadout that would, like, make your loadout complete. So, or you can do 2 perks in 1 streak, or they can create kind of a system similar to the pick 10 system, but specifically made for streaks. I think that would be a pretty cool idea. And last but not least, you've got a 3rd mode, which, you know, would no doubt be zombies. Now, zombies is amazing in terms of what you get, but imagine a more in-depth and bigger zombies world filled with even more secrets, more ways to play, and, you know, Easter eggs that'll make, like, the biggest zombie fans, you know, blush. You know, like, loaded with Easter eggs, secrets, and, you know, God knows what else they can think of. So you'd get something that's more like basically the amount of content you would get, it would be like comparable, if not more than the entire DLC and what you get out of the box today. So, you know, because you've got so many people working on the game, and, you know, so they've got 3 years time, and they can make the game really big and really just flesh it out and just make it polished and just perfect. And, well, not perfect, but they can really, I mean, the game won't be released broken, let's put it that way. So I think all these things combined will definitely keep fans busy for, you know, at least 3 years or even more, you know, until they come out with their next big project or their next big game. So, you know, I mean, look at Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 definitely proved that. And since we've been getting 1 COD game every 3 years instead of 1 every year, you know, it keeps fans looking forward to it instead of being all caught out, or, you know, waiting, you know, to see, you know, what the next studio does or whatnot. So, I mean, if they release 1 game that has all this content, that has like a decent amount of content every year, then imagine what they can do with 3, and combining, you know, all their staff together in just one big ass studio with 500 people. You know, fans would love it, and they look forward to it. And the franchise obviously still has potential. So, you know, it's been said that no game out there would kill Call of Duty except Call of Duty itself. And for the most part, that seems to be true. I've been playing Call of Duty for the past 5 or 6 years or so, and I can clearly see that the franchise started to decline, like, really slow after Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 days. And then once Modern Warfare 3 and Ghost came out, it's like the slow decline just started picking up speed, you know, into a fast decline. And it's a damn shame on one hand, because, you know, the franchise, like I said, has a lot of potential. And, you know, I don't really want to discuss why I think it's declining, but I think it makes up for a lot of drama, so I'm not going to get into that. But the subject is, you know, oversaturated all over the internet, so, you know, I'm sure you'll find something if you just type it in. But as a fan, I'm hoping in this next installment, you know, when Black Ops 3 comes out, I hope Treyarch continues to do what they do, and, you know, at least steers the franchise in the right direction, and, you know, that would keep it going from over the edge and back on safe ground at least. You know, Treyarch could actually, I've got some faith in Treyarch. I think they could realistically keep the franchise alive, because, you know, going back to Black Ops 2, you know, the proof is in the pudding. It lasted almost 3 years now. It's been 2.5 years. And let's say about 1/3 of what this fantasy game we just talked about would be. I mean, just, so yeah, I guess anything's possible, but the fact is that it's definitely not probable that, you know, this fantasy thing, whatever happens, you know, and all these 3 companies would get together, you know, because you know how it is, you know how businesses are. So, but I think business-wise, it would be a really cool idea to just combine all those 3 companies and all those 3 people, so all those 3, you know, studios, because it would really make for a damn good game, you know, and fans would wait for it. We'd be all over it. We would wait if it's the Call of Duty game that, you know, that the fans deserve and that the developers want to make with the least amount of bullshit as possible. Then, you know, I think we'll wait. I mean, you know, fans will wait, especially if they've got like a good game to keep them interested in while they're waiting. So with that said, you know, I just had to discuss this because I thought it'd make an interesting conversation, and I haven't really seen it brought up all that much, but I think it'd be really cool if those 3 guys just combined. And so, what do you guys think? Do you guys think these 3 studios joining forces would be a great idea, or do you guys think the 3-year development cycle needs to continue, but with a little bit more focus on what could make these games better than what they are today? you know, I love to know your opinions down in the comment section. So that's pretty much it, cut and dry. So anyway, guys and gals, this is the end of the commentary. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as I had fun making this. My name's the Jack of all trades, and I'll see you on the next one.